back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? I'm having a great day. I'm productive. Lots of things going on. But anyway, do you have a favorite fruit? There's tropical fruit, there's basic fruit, there's berries, there's, trees, do you have a favorite fruit? I really don't. I like fruit though. I really like fruit, like fruit salad and what's that one where you cook it, compote or something. But yeah, I love fruit. I like fruits of all kinds. And I wish, supposedly we can grow lemons here in North Dakota. It'd be fun. Oh, wouldn't it be? I wonder if they smell like. Do the trees smell like lemon? Like you have lemon mint and it's kind of this lemony mint smell. Do the lemon trees smell like lemons? Do the leaves smell like lemons, or is it just the fruit? It is. Because if the tree smelled like lemon, that would be something really like refreshing to have in your house. Yeah. That'd be really cool. We can grow grapes. My husband's neighbor, when he was growing up, they had grapevines. I think they're really hard to get started. We have a pear tree. I know I've showed you that, I think. My grandpa planted it, so I remember going down there with him, and it wasn't too tall, but now it is super tall. Yeah, it's amazing. The pears aren't like Bartlett pears. They're more like, like little 2-inch, 3-inch pears. But they're very touchy. You got to get them at the right time or you're just done. I think you have to pick them when they're hard. I think that'd probably be the better thing, is just to pick them when they're, when it's after, like late August, maybe. This year my son went down there and he's like, they're almost ready. And then, 2 weeks later, they were mush. So, yeah, but it's been a weird year. Yeah, so anyway, why am I talking about fruit? Well, for the next couple of videos, we're going to do stuff with oranges. Yes, oranges. I know, it's a weird topic, isn't it? Oranges. What are we going to do with oranges? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. So 3 things: be kind, be forgiving, be you, and let's go check out the first video on oranges and drying them. Okay, and we are going to talk about oranges today. I know you're probably like, this is going to be boring, but it's actually going to be really, really interesting. So I will talk more about oranges specifically later. I'm going to start you in the drying process, which is super easy. And you don't need any fancy equipment or anything to do this. So I did, as you saw, cut them 1/4 of an inch approximately. I lay parchment paper down on the cookie sheets and just lay them single layer, however you want to. Just note, if you want them like cut in half or cut in quarters like you see here, you're going to need to do that up front or halfway through the drying process. Now, I preheated my oven to 180 degrees, and I found this was perfect. It didn't take too long, and it didn't burn the oranges. Some people said 200 degrees, and it was just too hot for my oven. I actually have 2 layers of oranges in the oven, as you saw. I rotate them, I flip them with tongs every half an hour. I know it seems for a while like they're not really doing anything except, the skins kind of shrivel up a little bit. But eventually, as you keep turning them, you will see that they become transparent and dried. I leave them on the cookie sheet for at least 24 hours to 48 to make sure they're totally dried before I put them in the jar. They will last up to 2 years. Now, for the candied oranges, I sliced them, but I also took every type of peel I could on the ones that I wasn't using, like the ends. And I mean, you don't have to make orange zest or orange peel any specific way. You can do it any way you want and just leave it sit there and it will dry on the counter itself. It will not mold. This orange peel, I just peeled off the oranges and let it sit on my counter. Or you can put them in the oven with your orange slices and dry them, but watch them carefully. To make candied oranges, you take 3 cups of sugar to 3 cups of water and you cook it over a higher heat and dissolve the sugar. Now, I'm going to post the blog that I found this on because she had all sorts of information on the different types of oranges. Now, oranges are a winter fruit, so it's best to do this in the winter because that's when they're in season, actually. So you dissolve the sugar, cut the oranges, and put them in the pan. And you cook them for approximately 40 minutes on a low simmer. You don't want it to burn. If the sugar's burning, you don't want that. And you don't want it to crystallize either. You'd have to start over. So you turn it, once it starts boiling, you put the oranges in, you turn it down, keep it simmering 40 minutes, and turn them every 5 to 10 minutes. Okay? So while I do this, I'm going to tell you the fascinating thing about oranges. First of all, dried oranges have an extended shelf life. You can store them up to 2 years in an airtight container in a cool, dry place. So what's so great about orange peels? They're high in fiber, high in vitamin C, contain more nutrients than the fruit itself. It contains a polyphenol called hesperidin, which helps with low blood pressure, lower cholesterol, improves your heart health, possibly respiratory health. You can do so much with these things. You can infuse orange peel in water, in teas, in oils to make a salad dressing, in marmalade just for extra oomph. You can infuse it in sugar. You can infuse it in honey for tea. You can, once it's powdered, you can add it as a vitamin C booster to smoothies and desserts. My daughter makes scones. Oh, they're just to die for. They're just heavenly. You can put it in oatmeal, yogurt, citrus rubs on meat and fish. As far as dried oranges, you can dip them in chocolate and sea salt and give them as gifts. You can use them as decorations for garland, in wreaths, in potpourri, gift tags. Candied oranges last about a month or two in an airtight container. They are high in sugar, so consume them in moderation, but they have the same immune health, digestion aid, and anti-inflammatory properties as dried oranges. And to finish off the candied oranges, this is my second batch, so actually the syrup was it was too hot and was starting to crystallize, which is what I have here. Don't throw this away. You can use it to sweeten teas. It should be a syrup, but mine didn't turn out as a syrup. Here are mine. They're a little tacky. They've been sitting on the rack for 24 hours. I'm just going to flip them over and let them set for another 12. And then you can sugar them. You can dip them in sugar if you want to. They're kind of gummy, and they're actually really super sweet. I was highly impressed. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Here are my little quarters that I'm going to use in soaps. Here are my dried ones, which I'm going to do I don't know what with. And here's a tea I've been enjoying. It's 2 parts peppermint to 1 part orange peel. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. God bless.